Okay. So what's up, peeps? Mr. Mean here at the Gcode project, and yeah, second installment of this vlog that I'm trying to put together. Sorry it's taken so long for me to get this vlog through, but busy doing stuff. Not only do I design drones in my spare time, I also run a business. I run a VR studio here in Johannesburg, South Africa, and that keeps me pretty busy. But trying to sort of merge what VR is doing in the world at the moment with a little bit of FPV. I'm going to post up a link to a video I put out last week. It was a private video just between the crew and I, but I'm going to post it up for now just so you guys can have a look at what we're doing on the VR side of things. I work with Epic Games and Unreal Engine, and yeah, it's kind of my connection to 3D design and virtual reality and all those kind of cool things. So bringing quite a bit of that stuff through into the Gcode project and the Gcode FS1, our new frame. And yeah, for this vlog, guys, I'm just going to talk a little bit about design and a little bit about what quad design and freestyle quad design is all about. And yeah, we'll catch you in the lab. Into the lab. Well, it's not really a lab. It's my office. Office is kind of messy at the moment. Let's see if I can show you guys what's popping here. No, can't switch the camera around while I'm doing this. Kind of dirty at the moment. 3D printer. Rotor Rat swag. Yeah, dude, it's enough of that crap. When the space is a bit tidier, I can give you a bit of a tour. Also picked up some of these recently. These CNHL batteries. Haven't tried them yet, but apparently they're pretty sweet and they're cheap. So yeah. All right. What's up, dudes? If you guys are wondering about my camera, it looks a lot better than it did in the previous vlog. I actually using my phone. It's a Samsung S8. And I designed a 3D print so that I can actually hook it up to a GorillaPod. And I'm thinking I might actually do a little bit of a tutorial vid on how I designed the thing. And yeah, give it to you guys to download so you can do your own vlogs and stuff. Cameras, proper vlogging cameras are damn expensive. And yeah, right now it's just no budget for that kind of thing at this stage. So yeah, guys, I'll crack right into it. Talking about this. This is our first production, well, not production, should I say, our first carbon prototype of the Gcode FS1. And yeah, just showing you how low profile this design is. Can't show you guys too much about the design until we are a little bit further ahead. There's been a lot of changes to this. This has been quite a journey. To put it in perspective, 9 months, I would say, of design, prototyping, 3D printing. It's quite crazy. What makes the design pretty unique is quite a lot of it is actually 3D printed, and these are not accessories for the quad. These are actually part of the quad, which makes it a little bit different. The hope being that it will reduce the cost of the frame, and yeah, you can buy the 3D prints, but if you got a 3D printer, you can print them yourself. Hence the name Gcode. We'll be sharing a lot of the Gcode files between the community, and yeah, you can get in touch with some of the latest parts for the frame itself, which is kind of cool. That's my dog, Lexi. Hey Lex. We'll just leave her there. Just cover her. Yeah, this is the Gcode. I was gonna show you guys some interesting things about it, this being one of the cool points about it. Frame, top pod, camera, VTX, GoPro, all in here. Electrical components, motors and stuff all there. What that does is softens this, all the cool footage and the clearness of your footage and the vibrations and stuff will all be contained in this thing. Motors and all the rest will be in the bottom part, so that makes it, yeah, pretty unique. Yeah, don't want to tell you too much. Need to keep you guys interested, obviously, not give it all away at once. But yeah, it's been a long process, and yeah, anyone who's wanting to get into designing their own quad or their own frame, be ready for serious mission. I thought, cool, let's try this out. And yeah, 9 months later, sort of have a carbon prototype. We've got 6 of these flying around at the moment. This one being a 6-inch version, which I'm busy putting together. Just waiting on a motor sponsor. We'll be announcing that in a little while. We've got a very, very, very cool company on board to support us with all the testing and getting this frame out. Super, super excited. So I'm waiting for those motors to arrive before I build this baby up. Most of the prototypes out there at the moment are 6-inch quads, other than the 5-inch, which is in the hands of Ruthless FPV, my boy, Leon Hosbrook. Thanks so much, dude, for the great content you're putting out there at the moment and just building a little bit of hype about the frame. From what I've heard and in the testing, he is super happy with the frame, super stable. Just your reaction times are greatly reduced because of the amazing CG of this frame. And I'll talk about CG. I'll actually talk about CG now. I've got some other frames here as well. This being our typical bus style quad, which we see a lot of and we still see today. I'm not sure why. This is kind of what inspired me to design the Gcode. It's very archaic. I mean, this design's been hanging around now for for the history of FPV. And yeah, we all know how it works. Some sandwich plates holding the arms, and then a top and a bottom plate that's protecting your components. Interesting scenario with a bus style frame, and people obviously have different opinions, but your CG is in a very strange place. We've got a battery here. In most instances we'll have a GoPro here as well. And the point where your motors are and where they sit and your thrust vector is an interesting one. Because it's not exactly sitting in the middle of where the weight of this quad needs to flip, spin. It's a little bit off center. And when we talk about roll center, which is something that's been quite a big thing in my life, racing RC cars, nitro RC cars, roll center is an incredibly important point in terms of the handling of the car. Very different to obviously flight characteristics of a drone, but yeah, in terms of getting your weight centralized and getting things sorted. Quad is easier to tune. The quad is just more of it's more balanced, if you want to call it that. That was the driving factor behind getting the Gcode design. Other than all the other issues of this style quad, all your components are exposed to the elements, branches, grass spray, all that kind of stuff. And grass spray is actually not very good for components, and which means you got to clean your quad every time as well. And as far as I'm concerned, this is my opinion. This type of design is very outdated. But we are seeing some hybrid versions of the bus style quads, a lot more low profile. Seeing that in X-Hover Stingy, the Drip Skyliner, Alien and Impulse have brought out their low profile version of the frames. And all that really is doing is just squashing this so we can reduce that, that center of gravity. I'll get into all the quad design forces and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do that in a later video, just talking about what are the advantages and disadvantages of the thrust vectors and yeah, the moments of momentum and those type of things. Maybe a bit of a science lesson. I'm no scientist, but I understand a little bit about those things, and we'll definitely go into that. So yeah, it's a very popular style of quad with your battery mounted on the top. Of course, mounting a battery on the top just protects it in a freestyle environment, and yeah, can open up some new opportunities for just getting your quad where we want. That's going to be a big point in the FS1, but I'm not going to talk about that just yet. Cool, so yeah, bus style. I think this is an iFlight XL5. Yeah, one of my first frames. It was really cool, but yeah, I broke so many components. One of the big issues that I noticed with these bus style frames, and a lot of people are caught onto this now, luckily, those 4 screws there are mounting to my stack. So if I crash really hard, don't even have to really break an arm, but it's putting a lot of tension and pressure onto my very, very expensive components. And I've broken arms on this thing before, and it's literally loosened my entire stack. I've broken VTXs, I've dismounted ESCs. This was running outboard ESCs, and yeah, it was just generally a flipping nightmare. And why guys still insist on using the stack as a structural part of the frame is beyond me. But you'll see this frame has been updated, and many frames have been updated to think about that scenario where guys are actually using the 30x30s as screws if you're using a 20x20 stack, or vice versa, any 20x20s will attach. But again, what we try to eliminate with the Gcode was we've got about almost 10 mils, if you have a look here, and I'm going to put it in the front, 10 millimeters before your stack even starts. And that's something that I thought was a bit silly. We need to somehow get the stack to drop and to be somewhere within the arms, just lowering that CG as well. Can't really show you too much in this, but that's kind of what we've done here, is just to lower that completely, absolutely completely, so your stack is sitting as low as possible, and in essence is actually raising your motors a little bit higher. So in a battery scenario here, our center of gravity and where the height of our motors are is pretty much in the middle. We've worked it out with some force diagrams and those types of things to make sure this is pretty central. And that way as well, we need it that way. You'll see it here, that way. But we'll go into that in more detail. Another style, of course, this is one of my favorite frames, local South African company called Friday FPV. This is the Yeti. Great all-around frame, absolutely love it. But it's a bottom-mounted battery. And where they were quite clever is sort of balancing the weights by putting a lot of the components and the structure, the main structure of this top frame, to sort of create a balance. If you have a look at the battery and the top frame are similar in size. Absolutely great frame. Unfortunately for freestyle, hitting this battery is quite a story, and spending money on batteries it's one of the expenses in FPV. But this is an amazing frame. Check out Friday FPV. Great for racing, great for freestyle, great for just enjoying the sport. But again, very different in terms of style and what we're doing with Gcode FS1. I've had a lot of chats to racers as to why racers prefer this bottom-mounted scenario, but we'll chat about that in a later video in terms of the forces acting on this, especially in cornering with racing, where it actually does favor having this battery on the bottom. But yeah, that's one of the designs. And we've got a lot of interesting companies out there with all kinds of new and innovative ways of looking at FPV design. Rattling them off, obviously, Umagard with his remix, complete revolutionary look at quad design, and trying to get that CG down and just changing changing what we will call the frame architecture a bit to make the frame just feel a bit different, maybe make it feel a bit smoother. Big issue with lowering CG and getting all your components closer together is getting props in your HD footage, which has been an issue for us on the Gcode frame as well. But we've come up with a way we think we can minimize it as much as possible, and that's one of the principal things of freestyle, is getting some amazing footage. So I don't want to rattle on too much. This frame is heading into pre-production prototype now. There's been so many changes made to this frame, and that's all helped all our pilots that are out there at the moment. Can't really rattle them off at the moment because I don't know what all their handles are, but perhaps I can share a link in the description of some of their channels and stuff. And I'm not saying these are well-known pilots or famous people or anything like that. They're just pilots just like us. But they're part of the project because they'll bring something quite unique to the team. It's in some sort of expertise or design, design input, if you want to call it that. And it's been a collective effort, taking this to the next level, and the next level is coming soon. And to guys that want to get into designing their own FPV frames and stuff, do it. But be in for quite a lot of time and quite a lot of processes. This frame itself has been through, I would say, 3D model-wise, we're probably on our 40th revision in terms of 3D models. In terms of prototypes, you can see some up on the wall here, probably, and those are 3D printed prototypes to just check assembly. Been through about 6 or 7 of those, getting everything right. This is the first carbon one. The second carbon one, as I said, pre-production is coming out soon. No potential dates on that. We're just tying up a few loose ends, and like I said, very exciting news with a new motor supply which is going to be backing us. It's not only motors, it's electronics and stuff as well. We're trying to pair a type of motor to this frame to get the right sort of dynamics, and to get it to fly really smoothly. I think that's about it, guys. I don't want to talk too much. I think in my next video I'm going to go into detail about the architecture of frames and the forces and moments of momentum and those types of things that influence the way a quad handles, and why we chose to go a little bit different in terms of Gcode FS1. And yeah guys, tutorial series, I will be working on that. Obviously I'm busy, I have a job, business, so yeah, this is a part-time exercise. But as soon as it can maybe become full-time, that would be awesome. But yeah, no promises on that. FPV is still a small industry here in South Africa, and we want to try and obviously try and build it here. But a lot of international interest on this frame as well. Got some very, very cool test pilots that we will announce at a later stage, and some pretty influential guys as well. They're pretty blown away with this. To everyone that's supported so far, I think we were on 31 subscribers the last time I posted a vid. Thanks so much. I think we're up to about 50 now. Really thank you for the support. Facebook is also doing a little bit better, but yeah, please hop on Facebook, Gcode FPV. Just like our stuff, and we'll keep you in touch. Keep you in touch with the vlogs, the tutorial series that I'm going to be releasing soon. And yeah guys, that's about it. Please smash the like button, subscribe, share the stuff. If you're a local FPV enthusiast or pilot, share it out. Let's get the word out for something that's happening here in South Africa. Pretty awesome. Peace guys, catch you later.